Welcome to Discover the Finger Lakes Special Edition Creepy New York. Our first place that we take you is to Willard Insane Asylum, and then we take you to Pinyin to the Lady in Granite. Our next location will be at a trail that leads to Butcher Hill. Next, we take you to another asylum, which is called the Newark State Hospital. And finally, we take you to the birthplace of spiritualism. And we hope you enjoy this special edition Creepy New York. Good morning. This is one of the places that we wanted to show you for the locations of Creepy New York for Discover the Finger Lakes. And we are here in Ovid, New York at Willard. It is a institution that has been around New York for quite a long time, and this is about as far as we're going to be able to get. We're not going to risk going in because we will get in trouble. But I have pictures and video of when me and my wife went to the opening. They allow you to go in every 2-3 years to visit, and you can walk through. But today, we're only here to show you that we are here, and we have pictures to show of a recent visit. So anyway, strap in and get ready. In 1853, the site was acquired for the state's first agriculture college on 440 acres. Soon afterwards, the site was earmarked for Willard's Asylum for the Insane, which represented a second and major step toward transferring responsibility for the care of the mentally ill to the state. In 1964, the legislature approved Dr. Sylvester D. Willard to investigate conditions in almshouses, jails, and other places where the insane were kept. In 1866, construction began on a large asylum building. October 13, 1869, a steamboat docked at Ovid Landing, and several men led a deformed, demented woman down the gangplank. Mary wrote the asylum's first patient had been chained for 10 years without a bed and without clothing in a cell in the Columbia County almshouse. By the end of the first year, with the census approaching 700, Willard began to construct detached buildings away from the main building. The detached buildings housed working patients and their attendants. Willard was growing rapidly by 1877 with more than 1,500 patients. It was the largest asylum in the United States. By 1890, when the name
was changed to Willard State Hospital, and its function enlarged to include acute as well as chronic patients. Among later structures were the Birches, 1934, and Hatch Building, 1951. Now, what's interesting about Willard also is several years ago they found suitcases of the former patients. And there are websites you can check this out. Now, when I visited, I took several pictures, as you see. But in the next few frames, you will see an object in these pictures. That orange-looking orb. Some say that's something of a ghost. Now, I find it very interesting. How about you? Leave your comments if you want to on YouTube. Lady in Granite is the gravestone for the Gillette family, and the ghost is believed to be that of Matilda Gillette. The image of her reclining head appeared on the dark grave, and nothing has been able to remove it, even repeated polishing of the stone. Legend has it that over time her whole image will be formed and she will be free to haunt the local community. Now there is a story behind this, that the Gillettes were a happily married couple who made a promise to each other that when one of them died, the other would remain unmarried. When Matilda Gillette passed away, Francis Gillette did remarry, and as a result of breaking his promise, he found that his wife's face appeared on the tombstone. His was horrified by this image, and being unsuccessful in trying to remove the image by polishing the stone, he ordered a new tombstone. Matilda's face appeared again on the new tombstone. Now, over time, she was mostly forgotten, but the graven image is still there, and you can see as I was moving around the grave of the lights that you might suspect as an image, but Matilda's head does not move. Very interesting. Go visit it for yourself in Penn at Lakeview Cemetery.
Well, we are on our way to Butcher Hill.
Yeah.
And
it feels like Alaska up here.
it is cold. The wind's blowing. It's probably in the 50s, but with the wind and everything, it's a lot cooler.
Yeah.
Brady, what are your thoughts on this trail?
It's an open field. There's nothing except cow crap.
Yeah, and
I believe like cows walk through here, so
yeah, whenever we started on this trail, because it was alongside the Interlaken Trail, it kind of divided, and part of this trail ended with a fence and a gate, and then we have this right here, this open field.
It's nice looking though.
But we're at the other end. We just came from down that way, and so we're going to continue on and go to Butcher Hill. We are both curious about what's there. There may not be nothing there, but it kind of fits in with our theme.
And yes, if I'm swinging, I'm standing on a fence.
He's on a fence. Brady's on the fence. So this is what else it looks like right here. It's kind of nice. Raining a little bit, but
Not too bad.
not too bad. So, all right, we're gonna continue on. Now, I read about, I couldn't find a whole lot about it, but it is a trail for horses. And you are out in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, interesting thing about this place is that supposedly it's haunted. And you're supposed to hear children playing. The only thing that I thought that was creepy about the place was the fact that vultures, or whatever they are. And we did hear something. I heard dogs yell, which it might mimic the sound of children playing. Brady even heard it too. So it was kind of strange. That was fantastic that we found. And we were planning on
Also, if you plan to make sure it's in the summer, we ran into a lot of mud. Times of the year when they allow cattle to roam here too, so just remember that. Very interesting place though. New York Custodial Asylum for Feeble-Minded Women. Like other asylums around New York, the Custodial Asylum for Feeble-Minded Women name changed with time. In 1878 to 1885, the Newark State School operated as part of the Syracuse State School. 1885 became the State Custodial Asylum for Feeble-Minded Women. 1919, name changed to Newark State School for Mental Defectives. 1927 became part of the Department of Mental Hygiene and name changed again to Newark State School. It was thought that feeble-minded women in almshouses acted promiscuously and as a result frequently had illegitimate children who then became dependent on the state for their welfare. Women of a childbearing age 15 to 45 were admitted to the New York State Custodial Asylum for Feeble Women in order to prevent them from multiplying their kind and so increasing the number of the dependent classes on the state. Now still referred to locally as the state school, many of the buildings sit vacant, but some are still used as a developmental disability service, and some are in use by Finger Lakes Community College. Now, the markings on the buildings, the red sign with the white X, is supposedly for firefighters to find hazardous vacant structures. So, kind of an interesting place to visit. When we first started looking at this place, we thought this building was the main building, until I did a little research and found out that this was just one of the buildings. Now, there is a map that I have seen of the Newark State School, and this building was for the boys. I just thought that the structure of these buildings were very interesting, Victorian style, just like Willard. Also, keep in mind, if you're an urban explorer, where you go into abandoned buildings and look around, this place would be a neat place to go into. However, the only thing that would stop me from going in is the signs saying violators will be prosecuted. So if you go into this place, you will probably be arrested if you're caught. Other than that, I thought that this was a neat place. A very neat place. Kate and Maggie Fox of Hydesville, New York, two young girls that began modern spiritualism, started in humble dwellings. The girls had moved from Rochester, New York, with their parents to build a new home and be with their brother David. When they moved into the cottage, it already had a reputation of strange noises and phenomena, often ending in the families moving in fear. The noises started immediately for the girls, but what took place on March 31st, 1848 would change the world. The girls had gone to bed. The strange rapping noises had been keeping the family awake. On this night, the girls yelled out, "Do as I do," clapping 3 times. The rapping noises in turn rapped 3 times. This went on for some time when their mother asked the noises, "Is this a spirit that makes the noises?" Rap 2 times. An affirmative 2 raps were heard. By communing with the spirit, they learned his name, Charles B. Rosna. A peddler had been murdered in the house, and his body buried in the cellar. Although digging, they could not find the body. The girls moved on to become famous mediums and traveled the world. In 1904, long after the Fox sisters had passed, the peddler's bones were discovered in the crumbling walls of the home. Now, the foundation is still here, but the foundation, this building, to protect what is left over the foundation. Now, if you visit this place and you want to go in, make sure that you call to make arrangements. The ending of our episode for Discover the Finger Lakes, and we hope you enjoyed everything that we got to see. And I enjoyed. Oh, what? Nothing. Okay. So we hope you enjoyed our show. And did you hear something? I keep hearing something. I just don't know what it is. That's weird. Anyway, I liked Butcher Hill.
Yeah.
That was kind of a neat place. Kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and we are going to go back there, I think, sometime. Maybe next year. I heard something.
Oh, no.
Your feet. Okay, I don't know about that, but oh God! Oh my goodness, Brady, I didn't expect that. Did you? We don't know what kind of crazy people are out there, but anyway, we got away, and to finish up this episode, we want to thank everyone for watching. Please visit us on YouTube and like and subscribe.
We need more people on YouTube.
Yes, we need more subscribers. We also want you to visit our Facebook page. Yes, thank you, Brady. Discover the Finger Lakes, and like and follow us there. And so until November, we want to say thank you, and
See you all on the trails.
yep, bye. Was good.
You did.
Okay, let's take a look and see how that one is. I know. Okay, let's try it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, this is for the Discover the Finger Lakes. We are finished with our episode. Discover the Finger Lakes New York.